Why did you choose basketball?
I think it was just the sport that I, ended up liking the most. My older brothers, they played, so, if I wanted to hang with them, I had to go to the basketball court. So, I think that's the reason why I stuck with it,
What are the main differences and main similarities between American and European basketball?
I think American basketball is there's more space on the court, it's more one-on-one, that type of thing. But, the European game is more of a team game, more systems, and it's fast, but it's not, up and down like, in the States. So, but I mean, the level of competition out here is, close to being the same as in the States, if not the same. There's some great players, great teams, and, some tough places to play.
What other sports do you like?
I like to watch football. Grew up liking it a lot. If I wasn't playing basketball, that might be the sport I'd be playing, football.
With which team was it hardest to play in Euro Cup?
Euro Cup. I can't say. I mean, I think because we were, on the road against Saragossa the first time around, the conditions, long road trip, that made it very difficult, but, I'm glad we were able to come back and beat them the second time.
How do you like Vilnius?
It's a good city, man. It's a good city. I wish the weather wasn't, so gloomy, that I can get around and move around a little bit more, but it's a good city, it have some nice buildings, and there's plenty of stuff to look at and plenty of places to go.
Was it difficult to learn Lithuanian players' names?
No, it took me like, a week or two to pretty much, maybe 3 weeks to learn everyone's name and stuff like that, but no, it wasn't difficult. Now, I call them by their nicknames, so I don't pronounce their full names anyway,
You look like a calm player. What is most likely to make you mad during a game? Your bad performance, the team's bad performance, or maybe bad refereeing?
Bad refereeing. Yeah, that's one of the things that I think every player, gets mad about, But other than that, I just try to stay calm out there and, play hard,
How many push-ups can you do with one hand?
I don't know, man, maybe 10 at the most, maybe 10 at the most. I don't know.
Who do you think is the best player in Lietuvos Rytas?
Besides myself, it's a good question, man. We have so many, good, talented players at every position, I don't want to do anybody any injustice, so that's a good question. I think all of the teammates on the team are very capable of going out there and, playing well.
What was your basketball idol when you were growing up?
My basketball idol, I think everyone's basketball idol was Michael Jordan. That's the guy who they, had on TV every game he played. That's the guy you saw on Sports Center, ESPN. So, I think kind of by default, Michael Jordan has to be your guy,
Would you want to learn to speak Lithuanian, become a Lithuanian citizen, and play for the Lithuanian national team?
I haven't thought that far into the future yet, but from what I hear, the language sounds very difficult to learn. But I'm pretty sure if I, if I focused on it and took some classes here and there, I could learn it.
And about the national team?
I don't know, man. I think you have to be here a very long time to do something like that. So I haven't even, that's not something that you think about. That's not something that you think about,
What is your most memorable game?
Most memorable game might be a college game, actually. It might be when I was in college, we beat Duke. Yeah, that has to be the most memorable game to me, so far.
Do you know any Lithuanian words?
Not really. I think I know one or two. Cock, what? Cock?
Cock.
Yeah, I know, like, yeah, very minimal.
Do you watch the Sochi Olympics right now?
No, I haven't. Haven't seen any of the things going on there. I've just heard the bad stuff going on, you know, around it, but haven't really had a chance to watch any of the events.
Or you try to learn something about the local culture, the local people?
Yeah, that's something I always try to, you know, I like history, so, you know, if I can learn something that happened here, you know, years ago, then, you know, that's just a plus to the experience. But no, I mean, I think it would be, you know, disrespectful to come somewhere and not try to learn something about, you know, where you're playing at and show some type of interest, you know.
How many pairs of shoes do you use over the season?
Let me see, maybe no more than 10. No more than 10 pairs of shoes, you know, sometimes maybe less. You know.
And who's your roommate in away games?
Z.Dowdellas, yeah. It was order, but he requested that Rytas remove him.
Do you know how to dance as good as Juan Palacios?
No. Juan is the salsa king on the team, man. So he has that crown hands down. I give it to him.
What did you learn from Steve Nash when you were playing together for the Suns?
Well, I think the thing with Steve was just the way he prepared himself. You know, of course people see what he does in the game, but they don't see the stuff he does behind the scenes. You know, this guy was like, you know, a very hard worker, man, and just kind of like a perfectionist, you know. So I think that was one of the things that I noticed the most about him, you know, because before you get there, you don't know, but he's a very hard working guy, you know.
What is your scoring record?
My highest, I think it was what, 33, I think so, yeah, 33.
Do you remember your first game?
Yes, I actually do. I remember I got fouled and I was like super nervous at the free throw line, man. I felt like everybody was just staring at me, man. So that's what I remember from my first game, man, just being nervous at the free throw line. I made the free throws though, so.
What is your favorite soccer team, if you
Favorite soccer team? I don't follow the sport that much, but I prefer watching European soccer and, you know, American soccer. So I would have to say maybe Real Madrid. You know, I like Cristiano. I think he's a, you know, very talented player. You know, so.
And Kobe or LeBron?
I like Kobe, man. I like Kobe in his prime, not Kobe now. You know, he's a little older, but I like Kobe. I mean, mainly the guy has rings, and I like the way he plays the game. You know, he's just a fierce competitor, you know. Not to say that LeBron isn't, but Kobe is just a fierce competitor.
All right, there's a situation. Only 5 seconds left in the game. Your team is behind by 1 point, and you have the ball. What would you try to do? You would try to make a shot by yourself, or would you try to find an open teammate?
Well, I would first try to beat my guy. You know, if I can get past my guy, then maybe I can make the shot, or I can find somebody who can make the shot, you know, so. But I'm definitely going for the win, you know. Please come out and support us Sunday night against Nuremberg.